Land acquisition and pond type in backyard fish keeping. Hi everybody, welcome again to another Tilapia classroom. Welcome to my channel. Okay, so today we're talking about the whole idea of the land, positioning your tote or your vats. A matter of fact, securing the land, that's the primary focus. Okay, so this is my yard, right? This is the back of my yard. And the official line in which my yard actually ends is here, right? So I have roughly another, um, call it about 50 feet, um, 50 feet by 35 feet to actually do what I want to do. The rest is my dwelling. My wife have actually laid out and said, listen, she doesn't want the HEPA container scattered all over the house, over the yard. So beyond the boundary is practically mine to work on. And so I have planted um, mango tree, cherry tree, ackee tree, soursop tree, and there's a coconut tree somewhere there, right? Okay, so how this plays in. Now, several persons wishing to do tilapia fish farming have issues with land acquisition. A video in which I did before, it speaks to the whole idea of gaining capital, income for your tilapia farm. Points to note, no financial institution or government agency will loan you monies for any business opportunity unless you can show proof that you have some lease agreement or you have some ownership title, some documentation to say that yes, the land is yours, so therefore they will finance you based on the fact that you have the property, right, and the property is in your name, so therefore they can actually, finance you that way. And that's how financial institutions secure themselves, ensuring that at least if everything falls through, they can actually auction off your property to actually get back their monies. All right, so in looking at that, right, you would like to secure yourself in such a way that you do not lose in this backyard experience. So just starting off in the back of your yard, you might be renting a property, you might be on family property, you might be on property in which it's nobody property, government property, but you want to do backyard fish keeping. And for those persons not living in Jamaica, sometimes it's difficult to have land ownership because of financial constraints. So persons just build houses or construct houses not having legal status of the property, right? That is referred to as squatting, right? And it's illegal. However, it's done because it's done. Okay, so this is why for those persons who are interested in becoming backyard fish keepers, they would practically be advised to use vats and totes. I would advise against the whole idea of building, or should I say, excavating spaces to have an in-ground pond. Vats and totes are easily moved. And so therefore, if you are on a rented property or a leased property, you can get probably 25 vats to purchase or underneath an agreement with whichever company, right? You have different empowerment groups that actually assist individuals to to go into ventures like this. I spoke about some the last time around, There are two in which I did not mention, and that is the Digicel Foundation. They do offer um, grants to assist persons start up business, and I think the Flow Foundation also do it also, and you have some other foundation that actually help. So they will grant you some funding, but still you need that business plan. In looking at the importance of business plan, what I intend to do is to do a presentation on how to actually write a skirted business plan, a general business plan. It might not apply to all business that is planned by you, but it can be used as a guideline, and that will be hopefully by the next share. All right, so we're talking about the totes and the vats. The importance of the totes and the vats comes into play here, where land acquisition is not clear, where you're not on a piece of land that is owned by you or leased by you, or an agreement is in place that, listen, you can use the family land and yeah, okay. Yeah, you're just on a piece of land and you want to do some backyard farming because you want to earn some money, you want to earn some passive income plus the little work that you might be doing, and so you're gonna actually start off that way. Now, should in case, let's say you start and there 2 3 years down the line, you're doing good business, and persons comes in and say that they need a property, it is much easier for you to move. Well, it might not be easy to some extent, but it will be easier for you to actually move from that location with the containers, right? In comparison to, let's say that if you have earthen ponds. Now, earthen ponds are some of the best ponds to use when planning to do tilapia fish farming, because it offers a lot of advantages to both you, the fish keeper, and to the fish. Two clear advantage. One for the fish is that the fish tend to have more space, and their um, nutritional value, because the clay itself serve as a means of detoxifying the water from all those waste that is excreted by the fish. Beneficial for the fish farmer in that it's more difficult for persons to actually pilfer your stock, thief from you, take out the fish without your permission. With vats and totes, it's much easier. You can just dip your net down into the container, and because the container is usually shallow, between 3.5, yeah, between 2.5 to 3 inches, sorry, 3 feet in height, um, the fish are easily caught, and you might suffer loss that way, right? But as I said before, it's easier for you to actually get some machinery, or have persons in whom you can rely on to help you to move these containers to a different location, because the place is going to be used for different you know different tasks. Also, you can use leased property, right, with an arrangement with other individual on the property. For example, you can use a 10-acre property, right? You can use probably 2 acres to do your fish farming, and you can have an arrangement wherein which you would actually use the water from your fish farm so as to facilitate the planting of crops um, within the same space. So it is like a symbiotic relationship, right? Now, from my yard, right? This is my yard. This is my breadfruit tree. I don't know the reason why, but the breadfruit them just a drop off every minute, right? Whenever I release water, this is my. I think this is the lime. Yeah, this is a lime tree. This is the orange tree, but I think one of them young. I think this is the lime. Yeah, this is the lime that is the orange or something like that. This is the cherry tree, breadfruit tree. And you have a soursop tree at the front. All of these plants are not watered by a hose. Me turning on the pipe in the evenings and watering them. Right? The water is facilitated whenever I release water from my ponds. So I release water from my ponds, and the water actually is the land is slant, so the water normally goes that way. Notice that there's nothing planted right here, so the water normally goes that way, run that way, and it actually supply my trees. Now my ackee tree, he gave me about 20 dozen ackee last month, yeah, right, and probably I might get another a couple dozen um by the before the end of the year, but it has been getting a good amount of ackee, sorry, a good amount of water, right? And as a result of that, I have food. I have cherry. I have soursop. I have, this was a guinea tree, but I realized that it is a male guinea. It's not producing any fruitless flowers, and so I cut it down, right? But all of these trees benefit from the water that is coming from the pond whenever I change water, and I do not change all my pond water at the same time. So I might change one container this week, another container next week, another container next week, so it doesn't put much pressure on my domestic water that is connected to the premises, right? So in retrospect, in looking at the whole idea of land acquisition, you have to look at both whether or not you're going to be leasing the property, whether or not you're renting the property, whether or not the property is yours, is it family property, and based on that now, then now you're going to get the containers. You're going to set your stuff up so that you can actually, you know, that worry is not on your head as to how you're going to actually secure the land and get funding and all that. But remember, for you to get funding, you need some paperwork to say that the property is either loaned to you, leased to you, or it's owned by you. It can't be a property that you just go on and you just ask to finance it. That's not how it goes. Thank you very much for stopping by, guys. I hope that this video was instructive. Have a wonderful day. Peace out. Catch you next time on the next Share Tilapia Classroom vlog. Peace out. Bye bye.